one of the most common problems amongst my beginner to intermediate students is that they struggle to place all of their fingers down at the same time when they put a chord down. So a C chord, instead of looking like this, might look like that. And as such, they struggle to get through their chords quickly, and they struggle to play along to songs. So in this video, we're going to address how to fix that with two very simple exercises. Now, the key thing here is you have to do the exercises. You can't just learn them and expect that your chords get better. You have to actually practice these things. But hopefully, if you can take these exercises in, give them a bit of practice, your chord changes should improve. Before we get started, if you like my style of teaching, hit the link in the description for my online guitar mentorship. You send in questions and videos and clips of your playing, and I get back to you guaranteed within 24 hours with a tailored response on exactly what you need to do next to improve. I'll be your guitar mentor every step of the way. If that sounds like you, hit the link. Otherwise, onto the video. So your chords are looking like this. Your C chord's going like 1, 2, 3, or you're putting a G chord down and you may be getting this one here, and then you're getting these on top, the other way around. Another common one's a D chord. A lot of people like to kind of go 1, 2, 3 like this, instead of just putting the whole chord down. Bar chords are another one as well. It's very common to kind of get your first finger and then start to place these. It's all too slow. So I'm going to give you two very simple exercises to work on that. Number one, whatever order you naturally find that you put your fingers down in for whatever chord, just reverse it. So 90% of the people that I see put a C chord down like this. They go first, second, third finger, and then they strum their chord. We're just going to do the opposite. We're going to do third, second, first finger. In other words, we're taking the slowest part of your hand and we're forcing it to become the lowest common denominator. We're forcing it to be the first thing that goes down. And as such, we're kind of training the weak part of your chord. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1. Now, obviously, in an ideal world, you just put them all down together. But we're working towards that. We could, for example, take a bar chord. With most bar chords, like a B minor, you'll see that people put their first finger on like this, and then they get all the other fingers on. Instead, what I want you to try and do is get second, third, and fourth fingers on first, then just drop the bar on like that. With a G chord, you might find that you like to get your third finger on down here, and then these two up here. We might be the other way around. Whatever you do naturally, just flip it. A lot of guitarists tend to lead with the first finger, and so what you're going to end up doing probably more often than not is actually leading with a third, perhaps even the fourth finger, and these are kind of the weaker two fingers of the left hand. What you'll also notice when you do this, if we take that C chord for example, if I lead with my third finger here, I've already sort of pulled the hand in. So if I lead with my first finger, I can happily hold that first note there, and these fingers are kind of quite far away from where they need to be. If I lead with my third finger like this, it naturally pulls the hand in anyway. So once I've led with the third finger, these two kind of feel a little bit closer to where they need to be. Sorry if I'm blocking the camera view there. These two are kind of closer to where they need to be than when we were getting that first finger on there. So lead with the third finger and they drop on quite naturally. Same with the bar chord. If I lead with these three fingers here, my first finger, all it needs to do is just plop on like that. So it's simple. It's just a case of flipping things the other way around. Now again, like I said at the beginning of the video, you've got to practice this. You can't just magically start doing it and expect your chords to just get quick all of a sudden. But it's just a useful mindset shift that should help you speed things up a bit. That's exercise number one. Number two is kind of a simpler exercise, although they're both pretty simple, but you might find this a little harder. So let's take, say, a D chord. We're just going to put the chord down comfortably. Don't worry about what order you put it down in. This is a different exercise now. So if you need to go 1, 2, 3 like that, it's fine. Take your D chord or whatever chord you want to work on. And we're going to gradually work on taking the chord further away and opening the hand up more and more and replacing every finger together at the same time. So I'm going to start with the D chord, and all I'm going to do to start, I'm going to press it down and I'm just going to take pressure off and press down again. You might not even see much happening on the camera here, but I'm just taking the pressure off the chord and pressing down again. I'm now going to step a bit further away. I'm just going to take the fingers a millimeter or two away from the strings and push them all down together again, like that. And you might find that as soon as you let go of the strings, the fingers start to fall apart. So this is what we need to start training. So you can see here, I press the chord down, and I take the pressure off, and I come away by a millimeter or two, and I'm trying my best to keep the structural integrity of the chord. And I place it down again. And as you get more comfortable, you'll be able to lift maybe a few more millimeters away and back down again. And then you'll actually be able to start opening the hand up a little more and pressing it down. And you can see, so my fingers start to come apart a bit as I open the hand up. So what we want to do is work towards being able to do something like this, where we lead all the fingers away and open the hand and bring them in together and form that D chord. You see they all kind of closed in at the same time. But we need to work towards that. So like I said, start small, just take the hand a tiny bit away, keep that chord shape, that D chord shape, place it back down. And as you get more and more comfortable, take the fingers further and further away and place them all down together. If you can't place them together, then you've moved too far away from that initial D chord shape. But as you get more and more comfortable, you want to be able to open the hand up a little bit place the fingers down, and open it a bit more, and place the fingers down, and a bit more, place the fingers down. Try this with different chords. Don't just do it on one chord. We need to train your overall ability of your left hand. So if you just do it on one chord, it will be beneficial, but we need to think about doing this on at least like 3, 4, 5 different chords. Most people rely on this idea of sort of anchoring one finger on the fretboard before they put their chords down. So these 2 exercises should help you to just place everything together. Let me know how you get on with these in the comments. If you found the video useful, hit like, maybe even subscribe. And if you'd like to learn from me personally, hit the link in the description. But if you're finding these exercises useful and you still can't quite get those chords quick enough, check out this video here. It might just help you out. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one.